Hey, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Father's Note, where we promote fatherhood through building men. As always, we're absolutely happy and glad that you took the time out of your busy schedule to be a part of us, to spend your evening with us. And we can't do this without you. And even while you're there, if you're watching this right now, we're just going to encourage you. How about let somebody else know you don't tag them, tag them, reach out to them, call them up. Hey, let them know, hey, a father's note is on. I know this interview is going to be fire. Yeah. Hey, but we have a great guest for you tonight. It's been a long time since we've seen each other, had conversations, but we're going to get into that interview in a few, but we got a few things we want to point out to you, want to acknowledge. As you know, that we are officially an author. We have been blessed to be able to write our first book entitled Learning the Man Within. This is a story about my life. It's about my ups, my downs, my ins, my outs, through adolescence, through teenagehood, through young adulthood, through manhood, through marriagehood, through husbandhood, through fatherhood. Yes, I did it all, and all of it's right there in that book. Great stories. And why did I write this book? I write this book so that it can be an inspiration to other men who may be going through life challenges and just looking for a way out. And I'm sharing with you lessons that I've learned from my experiences, or words of wisdom that I've come to the point to apply today. All of it was essential to me becoming the man that I am today. And if you are interested in purchasing this book, hey, you can go to our website, afathersnote.com, and you can purchase the book there. Now, what did I just do there? Okay, I think I just messed up. But anyway, y'all know where I'm at. Let me go back, put that up there, afathersnote.com. You can go there and you can find the book there. You can purchase the book there, whether or not you want a signature, with a signature or without a signature. Also, you can see all of our previous episodes from the past. We talk about marriage. We talk about, hey, listen, everything that has to do with you being a man and you being a father, you being a husband, all of it is there. Absolutely. Hey, but again, hey, we appreciate you. If you're watching by YouTube, on our YouTube channel, listen, while you're there, how about go and like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and share. Okay, do that. Just help us with what we're doing here. And the whole objective is to reach out to other men to let them know, hey, look, bro, you are not by yourself. You are not by yourself. Hey, I appreciate that, Mr. Green. Mr. Green said it's a powerful book. It's a good read. Thank you so much, bro. Hey, how about if you have read the book, if you have read, or you're in the process of reading the book, you have already purchased your book, you're in the process of reading the book, can I encourage you to go to our website and to our comment area section and leave a comment? Just share what you have gotten from the book, how the book has been helpful to you, how it may have impacted your life in whatever capacity. Listen, I get some brothers calling me, and I'm telling you, man, I didn't have no clue that this book would have such an impact on the different individuals in their lives. Somewhere in there, they find themselves there, and they are able to really see themselves and therefore learn, take a good hard look at what they need, the lesson they need to learn, so that they can move forward. They could go forward in life. Yes, there's been some ups and downs. All of us, listen, let me say this real quick. If you are a man today, listen, you're not in this battle by yourself, okay? All right, that's all you need to know right there. But anyway, before we go any further, we want to get into this interview because I want to make sure that I leave enough time. My guest tonight, his name is Kori Harding. He is married. He has been married to Wendy Harding for 32 years. 32 years. Can you imagine somebody being married for 32 years in these days of time? He has one son and two daughters, ages 32, 30, and 28. He has two grandsons, 2 and 4. I can only imagine what that's like around, because my understanding, this brother, he loves spending time with his grandchildren. That's a good thing. Absolutely. His occupation, he's a bus driver for the city of Dallas area rapid transit. I understand, man, it's cold over there. Thank God for sunny Florida. Woo, thank God for Miami weather. that little chill we be getting, man, that ain't nothing compared to what I'm sure that they are experiencing over there. But nevertheless, hey, listen, we're gonna do this thing. Also, he has his pastime, what he like to do. He does like to spend time with his grandsons, and he's the host of a new podcast that's called Church Boy Kori, which will be coming sometime this year in the near future. I gotta slow down because, man, I got my words, they running all together here. And also, I'm sure some of y'all would like this here. Let me go back. So he's been married to this lady here for 32 years. Woo-hoo. All right, let's give him a hand clap, man. Some people don't even last 32 days and 32 seconds, let alone. That's another conversation, but we'll have a conversation about that. And then also, I show some of y'all gonna like to see, do we have any Bulls in the house? Yeah, this brother here, he is an alumni of Miami Northwestern Bulls. You know why I paused there? Because, man, I'm a Rocket, man. I'm a Rocket. So that's all I got to say to that. But anyway, hey, God bless him. We thank God for him and his experience. Maybe he'll get to talk a little bit about that. But without any further ado, hey, how about help me welcome none other than Mr. Kori Harding to the platform. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me on the show, man. That was great, man. You shot me with them pictures.
Hey, you know, awesome. I got to mix up a little bit, man. You know, I got to mix up a little bit, man. So how you feeling, bro?
Wonderful, man. Wonderful.
Yes, sir. Yes,
life
sir.
is good.
Yes, sir. I see the Bulls, they started to show up now. Mr. Green.
Well, check this out. Check this out now. Yes, I went to Edison for about 3 years. No,
3 years?
2 years. 2 years. Okay. I went to Edison High for 2 years, played in the band there. Then I transferred to Northwestern for the last 2 years of my
which one you representing then? Which one you representing?
I represent both of them, but I like my Bulls. My Bulls. I represent both of them. Yeah, I like the Raiders, Edison Red Raiders when I was in there.
And you're a smart man because there's a lot of Bulls on watching this show. That's
right.
Man.
That's right. Class of 90.
Yes. Hey, let's get into the interview. Now, I want to start this interview with this because we did this in our men's ministry yesterday, and I thought it was awesome. But what I would like for you to do, if you can, real quick, just give me 5 words that inspires you. 5 words that influence you. Give me 5 words.
God, faith.
God, okay.
Faith.
Faith.
That's faith. I need faith. Let's see. God, faith.
Whatever comes to mind.
Let's see. Encouragement.
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
You got one more?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one more. Let me see. Endurance.
Oh man, endurance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, good. So now we're gonna come back to those 5 words, okay, or 4 words.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to
4
those.
words, yeah.
Right? Okay, but anyway, listen, let's talk about husbandhood. So you've been married for 32 years. Within today's society, couples hardly last 32 days, 32 hours, 32 seconds, man. What was the formula for you and your wife that you all implemented that helped you all to last for 32 years?
Well, there's another story to that in them 32 years. We've been through some ups and downs in 32 years. Almost got divorced and all that separation. But the formula is to love one another. You have to have love for each other. If you don't have love for each other.
Wait, did you say y'all divorced?
No, we were about to divorce.
You're about to divorce. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And you say you gotta have love.
Yeah, you gotta have love for one another. If you don't have, and you gotta be able to get along with each other. Getting along, have love for one another, and put God first. God have to be in the picture too. That's what I forgot. God is number one. You have to have God in both of y'all hearts, both of them. Because if you don't,
so you mean when you say that God has you, when you say that God putting God first, you mean that you have to belong to God. You have to have God in your heart.
Yeah, you have to have God in your heart. Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right.
That'll keep it that'll keep it good, you know.
Okay. So love, you want to get along, and you got to have God. Okay, that's good. All right. Well, in a marriage today, what is the most important mindset that you would say a man must have in a marriage today?
A job, number one. Stability.
You got to have a mind. So you saying you got to have a mind to work?
Yeah, they got to have God, a mind to work. They got to have good credit. Whatever they all. I'm going by what they say. They got to be able to take care of them and make sure they have everything they need. They ain't caring nothing about the man though, but they talking about what they need.
Hey, do this for me. I don't mind the children, but any conversation in the back, ask them to if they can just be a little quieter, because what it does is competing with when you talk, and I don't want any confusion.
Okay, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go to the room. I'm gonna go to my own room. Yeah, I got a little. I'm gonna cut the. I'm out to get away from them.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want
to. Thank God for a room.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I know you're at home, and I don't want to disrupt, home life like that. But I also want the company to everybody, the artists, to be able to hear you real good. So you got to have God, you got to have a job, and you got to have good credit. Man, you making it real easy for everybody, bro. Or shall I say difficult? That's funny. You say you got to have a job.
Hey. Ain't no woman gonna be with you if you ain't got no job, man. You gotta have a job.
Nah, that's good. That's good. So what would you consider? What is your definition for a successful marriage?
My definition for a successful marriage is love, and have the love of God. Just love and understanding and getting along with each other. You have to do that.
So then I'm asking this, okay? Because it seemed like you're really. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to say gung ho, hard, or committed. Let me use the word. You're really committed to this love in God, right? And really getting along. Okay. However, let me ask this then: what do you and your wife do for fun? What do you do for recreation? What do you do as far as you and her spending that time together, that quality time together for just you two? What is that? What does that like it with the Hardings?
We have date nights, man. We go out, we have date nights. We have spend time and talk a lot together, watch movies, and
So communication is important.
Communication is key. I forgot to put that in there. Yeah, communication is key.
Okay. I agree, man. I agree. So why do most couples struggle with communication? What would you say?
Let's see. That's interesting. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
You just know it ain't in your house.
Yeah, I know it in my house, but if you ain't talking to your spouse, then something ain't right. Something ain't right. If y'all ain't communicating, something ain't right. That's all I know.
You're getting ready to open this up to another whole nother show. I'm gonna have to change the title of Living Life.
So you got to communicate. You got to talk to one another. You got to, if you ain't doing that, then it ain't right. Something ain't right.
But right communication, though, you would say, though, right?
Right communication,
Good. So, Dan, let me ask you this. I already know the answer on this one, Kori. So, you know what? No, let me bring it to the Harding's house. So, what have you and your wife implemented in your marriage when it came to disagreements?
Hey, she always right. I just leave it alone, brother. And then we compromise. You know, we know how to compromise with each other, so it's no big deal. You know. But, hey, I'm not gonna argue. She always right.
Yes, dear.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Gotta save your soul.
So you don't feel that is I'm gonna say this, then I'm gonna follow back with somebody. But you don't feel that it makes you less than a man just because she has the last say?
No.
But then why do men struggle with that? You got some men that struggle with
That's
that.
a good question. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they want to feel like they the man and they in control. But
You say it don't take all that though, huh?
Not take all that from me. I mean, that's in my house. You know,
Wow.
You know, everybody different out there. You know.
So how do you feel about affirmation? Respect. What
yeah,
is
well, if you give respect, we get respect. You know, we have to respect one another. That's another one too. Respect. I forgot to put that in there.
Okay. Well, tell me, how did you and your wife meet, man?
Ooh, man, we met in church back in let me see. You know, now you're making me out of my brain. Let's see. I want to get the year right now because I know my wife probably on. Let me see. I believe it was in 1986, maybe 86, I think.
Well, right. 86.
Yeah, my good friend Josh that played in the band with me at Edison. Introduced us at Macedonia Church of God in Christ down south because you know I was coaching.
Right.
I went to First Deliverance Church of God in Christ. So we had these little conventions where we, go to different churches and stuff.
Right.
So he introduced it to me. And then it went from there. And I saw it at another convention and we were just talking on the phone, back then, we had the little phone, but we had to hurry and get off because, the phone would cost.
Yes, sir.
So, back in the day, see, the young don't know nothing about that. The young
collect calls, bro.
Yeah.
Collect calls.
Yeah. So I never forget that church. It was, that church on 119th in about, is it 27th Avenue? That big old church.
Yeah, 22nd Avenue. It really
where they have all them.
God, what's the name of the church?
Where they have all them concerts at.
Yeah. I know what church you're talking about. Yep.
Yeah, we had a convention there.
Okay.
And I saw it and I said, "You're gonna be my wife." At 15 years old, I told her that.
What?
And she looked at me like, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, you're gonna be my wife."
Hey, bro.
Look at her. And we here.
She made it happen. You made it happen, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You made it
happen. At the time, my pastor, he thought probably I was playing or something. He said, "No, I need to see y'all marriage certificate." All right, Pastor, I got it, Pastor. He said, "Okay. All right, I just want to make sure y'all legit now." You talking about you?
All right, that's good, man. Hey, let's talk about good, man.
Okay.
So what was the beginning of becoming a father like for you? What was that?
Oh, man, I was so excited, man. It was my baby girl, man, my first daughter. He's the oldest. And then my son came and then my baby. Okay. Oh, my goodness, man. Look here. Boy, I was running around. I was going from store to store telling her, "Break me, baby, break." I was so excited, man. Boy, and boy, I was working at the time. Oh, I was working at what's that school? Down there in Isdale Road. Virginia A. Boone.
Okay.
But at the time, it was Highland Oaks Elementary. I was custodian.
Yeah.
Boy, look here. Boy, that was the most, oh my goodness, boy. I was just every check. I was just buying clothes and milk and everything.
I bet your wife got jealous, huh? Because you were loving on her, loving on the baby instead of her, huh?
Yeah, I was like, oh, boy, rubbing on her stomach, singing to her. I was talking to her, everything. Oh, man.
Really,
I was the most excited. Especially coming from Liberty City, man, I was like, man.
How did it change your life, though, man? How did it change your life?
Man, it made me be a man real quick, brother. I tell you that.
Okay.
It made me be a man real quick because at the time, I was like young and my head was all over the place, But when I got that baby, I was like, okay.
So how old were you at the time?
18. I think I was about 18, 19.
So you was a young daddy.
I was a young cat. Young cat, man.
Man. Wow. So then, let me ask you this then. What was your greatest challenge as a father? As far as whether or not something that you were not prepared for being a father, but then yesterday you were able to overcome it.
Being a father. Oh, yeah,
just being a father.
It was rough, man. Trying to make sure.
What did you have to learn that you didn't know you had to learn? Because sometimes before we become one, we have premise to think that this is the image of being a father. So what did you have to learn though? That, oh man, nobody can tell me about this.
Just working and making sure she's okay and providing, because I was raised by my mother. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
So you didn't.
My father.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I had a stepfather, and I had it's a long story, man, about the other thing with my stepdaddies, my stepbrothers and stuff. But I'm the baby, so 7 boys.
Okay.
I'm the 7th boy, but the 6 brothers, they have a different daddy from me.
Okay.
So,
okay. What was
so
that?
It's like,
what was that like? How did that prepare?
Well,
talk. Can we talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, the only thing prepared me is my mom, with God and my mom, man. She took me to church, and that would, kind of gave me a little ease about my life because, at the time, I was like, man, I don't have no daddy, I was feeling kind of funny, and I was like, man, I ain't got no daddy, man. But my mom here, but I got my brothers, they was on me,
Right.
Now I'm glad for that because if it went for God, my mother, and my brothers, the life, we came from Scott Projects, and from there we went from different places, and then we went to, places that we went that my mom only could afford. It was really drug infested and bad. So I had to rely on God and my mother to keep my head level from all the activity around me because it was in my face, man. You see them with the nice cars and all this, the nice clothes, and I'm walking by and they looking, hey man, you can make about $300-400 a week, man. But no, I was like, nah, man, I'm cool. I'm gonna keep going to church with my mama, So that's about it.
Do you want to? Can you share what happened with your biological father?
Well, my biological father, I actually met him. Let me see how many years ago. Ooh, I can't remember, but I had a chance to meet him before he passed away. When I met him, we had a good time, man. He apologized to me, that the situation had happened. I say, Daddy, I forgive you. I love you, man. We gave a big hug. I sung at his wedding. He got remarried. And then he passed, man. He got sick and passed. And I was like, I thank God, man, because I was able to see him before he passed and reunite with him, because it was in a way, it was an ugly situation how I became here, but that's a whole nother story. But I was glad that God gave me the opportunity to meet him before he passed.
So are you saying, because I want to make sure I understand you correctly. Are you saying that you knew who he was when you were younger, but you did not have any relation, or you didn't know who he was?
I heard his name. I knew his name. My mom, and mom's friends would say his name. I would just hear the name, but I had never.
You had never met him?
I never met him, but he made an attempt to come meet me. But I was in band practice, or I was something when I was younger. I think I was about maybe like 15 or 16 or something like that, but I don't remember. It was so long ago. But I didn't meet him until I was like, man, I'm 52 now. I think I was like maybe like 48, somewhere around up in there. Wow. I was able to meet him before he passed. Yeah.
So was it easy for you to forgive him, or did you struggle with it?
Nah, it was easy for me to forgive him, man. Because God is forgiving God. Because God is forgiving God, man. I've been raised in church, man, and I know the right ways to forgive.
But you have so many men who grow up in the church, though, but they still struggle.
Yeah.
With forgiveness, as far as when it comes down to their father.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what was your relationship like with your stepfather then? Which I don't. Well,
be honest with you. Yeah, I never had a relationship with him. I just knew who he was from my brothers. So he never was in my life. He was in my older brothers, they experienced him, but I haven't experienced, but I met him before and saw him, you know, but we never had no relationship like that. You know what I'm saying?
So did your mother remarry?
No, she didn't. She
Okay.
didn't.
So are you only child?
No, I have 7 brothers.
You got 7
Actually,
brothers.
I got 7 brothers right on one side.
Okay.
And on the other side, I don't know how many. I got 1 sister and 1 brother that I communicate with.
Okay.
The daddy that passed away, my dad that passed away.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. But it's interesting though, my wife shares a question here. She said, I like that you two are old school men that love, provide for, and take care of your children. Can you give insight into why are so many men walking away from their responsibility as fathers today?
I'm gonna give certain scenarios. Maybe the woman that they with is probably a problem for them, giving them problems.
Let's say
maybe, yeah. I don't want to be, but
no, bro. It's not about let's just be real about it, man. It's called like it is.
Okay. In some cases, yeah.
I clean it up,
Hey, okay.
Don't worry about it, bro.
Maybe they have a bad attitude, man. It could be that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But your mother knowing that you did not have a father figure in your life, her answer to that was to keep you in church. And in the process, though, you grew a love for the church, because that's what it sounds like. Therefore, you, regardless of what, and I guess I'm assuming there might have been some brothers in there that
I had some brothers that pretty on me.
Okay. All right. That's interesting, man. So then how did you learn to be the man? How was it if you did not have that image of what a father or being a man was around you, other than your brothers? How were you able to develop and come into the man that you are today, having a mindset that you have? Because my wife pointed out, here it is, you have a love. All you express since we've been on this interview is talking about your love for God, your love for your family, your love for your children. How was that created in you? How was that involved in you?
By me communicating with the Heavenly Father, man. Straight up.
So it's no question at all.
He did it for me.
God for you.
For me, God.
God is the answer. He was the answer.
That's it. He was the answer, because if it wasn't the answer, I would have been either out there doing other stuff, getting in trouble, in jail, But my love for God.
Were you tempted? Were you tempted to get into those things?
Yeah. Man, you see that money in them calls?
I know it may sound like a useless question, but I asked the question for a reason, though. Man.
Yeah, real deal, real talk. I was like, man, and you see all my buddies, everybody I was hanging around the hood was in it, or either in some kind of gang activity.
Come on, Kori. But on the real deal, I know the influence was super, super great. But how were you able to say no, bro?
Like I say, for me, I was like, I saw too much. I'm a person that learn and look. If I see people getting killed and shot,
you ain't tapping into that, huh?
I ain't trying to get in it. I ain't trying to do it, bro. I'm just being honest. I had a couple of friends that was in that stuff that wanted me to be in it. Then when they found out, I was like, no, man, I don't do that, man. I'm cool. Right. And they ain't want to fool with me no more. They turned their head to me. And I say, that's good. That's good. I don't care. I kept it moving.
What did you do for friends?
Oh, thank God for the group called the Tones of Deliverance. I had Bishop Jared Hines. I had Randall. I had Steve Cohen. I had Tori. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
So
bro,
I had all them was my friends. George Cardwell on the bass.
yeah.
Them became my friends. Once I think, thank God for that group, because that group kept me going.
Wow.
Thank God for that group, man.
But it seems that the greatest thing your mother could have done for Kori was introduced him to Christ.
There you go. Bam. You hit it right on there. I can't forget my boy Colden on keys too. I got to put him in there.
So let me ask you this. I think I already know where you're going to go with this question, but on a scale of 1 to 5, man, how important would you say it is for fathers to be in the lives of their children?
Oh, man, it's a 10. I know you got 5 or 5 at the highest, but it's a 10, man.
Why?
It's a 10.
Why would
because
you
they need that fatherly love, man. They need that understanding and how to be a man and how to do things if they've been taught. Because some men been battered too. They can't really teach no other man if they've been messed up through their father. You see what I'm saying? So they got to learn too.
I often say that a lot of men, if you have a father who is messed up, who is struggling with his fatherhood, most likely it is because he had a father who struggled with his. And for that reason, he never, especially if you've been around him. And I think that might, because I'm just gonna say something here hypothetically.
Okay.
I think that by your father not being around, your biological father not being around, you had it prevented you from witnessing and seeing the type of father that he was at the time. And so now that you did not have a pattern to follow, your mother being wise enough introduce you to Christ and say, well, hey, Kori, you may not have a natural father, a biological father, but following this spiritual father may be beneficial, more beneficial anyway in your life. Would you say that that's the difference why because this thing, bro, you love your children. You just love family generally. And having that model from a Christian perspective was what was very essential to you becoming who you are today. What do you say to that?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And also, I have to put in my pastor, Naila Isaac Cohen, from First of the Church of God in Christ. Yeah, he kind of stepped in with all the boys and kind of was a good father figure for us at that time. He did the best he could.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, that's good. How do you say you work a lot? And I'm sure. How long you been on doing drive? You say how long you been driving buses?
About 25 years. I drove for DART for 5, in Dallas for 5, but the rest was in the Bay Area, Oakland, California, for AC Transit.
How do you balance work, marriage, and family, i.e. your children?
I don't know. It just come naturally. I don't even know how to even explain it. It just comes so natural to me.
What's your relationship like with your children?
We good. I know we were going through the little stuff we were going through with me and my wife, and it kind of like unbalanced. But now we have a wonderful, great relationship. Me and my son, my 2 daughters, we have a great relationship. Great.
So you saying that you're saying that the inconsistency that arises between the conflict that arises between you and your wife, it had begun to affect your children?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It affected them. Yeah, it affected them.
In what way?
A little angry, a little mad. I can understand that. I can understand.
Did they take sides?
Yeah, they took sides. Yeah, they took sides. They went to mama's side.
So they were saying, Dad, you got to get it right, huh?
Yeah, there you go. It's all good. Hey, it's all good,
So what brought you all back together?
God. I'm be honest with you, man. God.
Okay. So both of you had a forgiving heart in the process.
There you go. There you go. That's the only way it was going to work. That's the only way it was going to work.
So you had to put your egos, who's
everything,
right, wrong aside.
everything.
The cause. What were the children influential into you all keeping the marriage together?
No, because we wanted to make that decision for ourselves because this is our thing we had to deal with. I wanted my kids out of it.
Oh man.
But they were trying to be in it. So I said, no, it's between me and your mom. If anything I need to get straightened out, I'm gonna get it straightened out between me and her. Wow. We don't need y'all in here. And that's how I dealt with that.
Wow. And you say your relationship with your son is real solid.
Oh yeah, real solid. Now it is.
How often do y'all talk? Because he's 30, right?
Yeah. He works a lot too. I call him every now and then and hit him up, and he'll call me, and because he plays drums too. So he'll call me and say, Dad, listen, I got a new lick or this and that, Let me hear it. I said, okay, let me hear it, man. I said, okay. And he does studio work. He does a little music and singing and all that too. He does all that.
Does your daughter sing?
Yeah, both of my daughters sing, but they're not really into it like that. But they can sing.
Okay. You been, yeah. All right. Hey, I don't care what you say now. Fathers know that it's national, bro. You be careful.
Oh man. Yes, sir.
Let me ask you this: what especially raising children, and I'm them being 30, 32, 30, and I think you said
28.
28. Yeah. What was your discipline with them like? What was that like?
See, back then, man, I was old school. Now, my daughter always she say, "Oh, Dad, you done got soft. Why you do your grandkids? You just let them get away with everything." See, back then, man, I was like, Church of God in Christ, holy. I'll tear your butt up, man. If you do this, you bet not do this in church. You bet. I was bam, bam, bam. I was on their head, boy.
Yeah.
Like my mom used to look at me back in the day, boy. She looked at me from the piano. She was a piano, and all she got to do is look at me, and I'd be like this.
Yes, hey, I already know about it, bro. I already know. Hey, I tell a story about my father in the book, man. But if y'all want to know what the story is, y'all gonna have to watch.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that book, man. I'm gonna go out to get that book.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But but we learn what it is. It's not that we're getting soft. We're becoming wiser with our approach. Realize that some things where we felt that this was the only way that we can garner discipline, we realized and learned that there are other ways in order to incorporate discipline as well and still get the same result. The thing is, I think the one thing when it comes down to discipline, whether right or wrong, but you got to be consistent, and whatever you say you're going to do, you're going to do it. You're going to be consistent. I think that is very, 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 very important. All right, let's talk about manhood. In your own words, how would you define manhood? In your own words, how would you define manhood?
Provider.
You must be a provider. Man, you ain't let go of that, bro, huh?
Yeah, I'm just telling the truth.
That brother got to work. You got to go to work.
Gotta be a provider, man. That's manhood.
Hey, let me tell you, I'm gonna give you a little story, man. So my sons, they right here. So when they got like 18 years old, I think the best way to tell it is once they were out of school, right? So I would tell them, hey, you guys, y'all need to go and look for work. Y'all got to go find some work, right? So one day I got up because I'm getting up like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, right? And them jokers wasn't getting no work fast enough for me. So I got up. When I got up that morning, them jokers in the bed snoring and all comfortable and everything. Man, I went there and turned the light on. Man, I had the pots ringing, bing, 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 bing. Hey, y'all better get up out of here. If I'm gonna get up out my bed and go to work, y'all gonna get up out of this house, but y'all can't stay here. Not while I'm at work. Y'all gonna have to get up and get out of this house. Bro, the next day, man, they had work, man. Both those jokers had work, man.
My son did them different. My son went to a ministry and stayed with the ministry and stayed in they little program. I tell him, hey man, it's 18, brother. You got to let me know what you're gonna do. He got mad and went to the church, but that was good. He went to the ministry because he stayed there. They had housing for him. and he played in the ministry and everything. So
okay.
hey, ever since that, he had no more problems out of him.
Hey, but he's still working today, though, right? Huh?
Oh man, he's a hard worker now.
Tell you, bro. I'll tell you. So you have a son.
Mm-hmm.
What was your greatest challenge that you faced as far as preparing him for life? Did you have any, or what was it like?
The greatest challenge was just showing him that I could be the man that he would want to see me to be, you know, so he can follow the, you know, what I'm doing, you know.
Role model,
try to be a good example, role model, yeah, positive role model, be a great example, you know.
Okay, that's important, man. That's very important.
Yeah.
I think that's why we have a lot of young men, though. Even if they, I don't want to get into too much conversation with that.
Okay.
But maybe we'll talk it up, chop it up on another show or something about
young
men. But the problem with a lot of them is that they don't have good role models to look up and follow.
There you go, especially youngsters, you know, out there now.
Yeah. It was something interesting that my daughter had said to me on last night. She said, you know, the way you are right now, the children today, they could not take it, you know, because I'm going to tell the truth, bro. And I'm going to speak the truth. You may struggle with it, but I'm going to speak the truth. I'm going to give it to you, you know. But yeah, I think that's important, man, that, you know, we got, in essence, we got to help those that we can help when we need to, you know. So let me see here. What's the next question? All right. Let's talk about these words you shared: God, faith, encouragement, and endurance. Why are these words inspirational to you? Why do they inspire you? Let's start with God.
Oh man, you got to have God in your life, man, because without God, man, you can't do nothing. You got to have him.
Okay. Faith.
You got to have faith and believe. You got to believe. You got to have faith. Okay. If you don't have no faith, you ain't got no hope.
Encouragement.
You have to encourage yourself and encourage other people. You got to have encouragement in your life. Always be encouraged.
You still there?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, I lost you, but I'm back. Yeah, it froze a little bit, but I'm back now.
I don't know what that was. Okay. Endurance.
You got to have endurance and longevity, man. You got to endure the hard times and hard trials and tribulations that come in your life. You got to have a lot of endurance, man. Got to be strong.
This is what I'm hearing you saying, if I can do a summation on it.
Okay.
Number one, as a man, you got to have God. And along with God, you got to have faith to believe in him and believe what he can do for you.
That's right.
There are times as you going along through life as a man, you're going to have to be able to encourage yourself. And how you encourage yourself is through encouraging others.
There you go.
How am I doing?
Yeah.
And no matter what in the process, don't never, ever, ever give up on yourself.
That's right. Amen to that.
Does that kind of sum it all?
Oh, yeah.
So with that summation, am I talking about Mr. Kori Harding?
Yes, sir.
That's the life, that's the walk you had. And it's just that simple.
Yes, sir. And all well, you know, it's hard for some people, but me, because I always have a happy spirit. I always, you know, think of the goodness of God, man, and just I'm always happy and blessed, man, that I'm alive and well. And you know, my family is healthy. Everything is going good in my life, you know. And I just wish some people can do, but everybody not going to be like that, because you could walk, like I walk in the job, man, they see me, why are you so happy? Why are you smiling all the time? I say, I wish I could tell you, but you always mad. You know, I just joke with it right now. I wish I could tell you, but I don't think you're going to receive it, because you're always looking mad and always asking me why I'm always happy. You know what I'm saying? But the people that know around it, they can see the God in me, you know, see the, they could sense, my spirit and everything, and see the God in me around the job. So they know. But the ones that don't, they always turn their head about it, say, I'm not worried about them. I said, they're going through something right now. I'm going to pray for them, but I'm going to still say hi to them and love them and everything.
One last question.
Yes, sir.
You've crossed the path of a young man who is struggling with life.
Mm-hmm.
What's your message to him? What is the message that Kori Harding is giving him? What are you sharing with him?
Say the question again. I didn't understand.
Cross the path of a young man who is struggling with life and understanding life. Mm-hmm. What's the message you're sharing with him?
Put God first, man. Hold on. Be encouraged.
Yeah, but he don't want to hear nothing about God, though.
Well, you better hear something about God, because that's all you gonna. I mean, you got to hear it, because without God, you ain't gonna be able to do nothing, man. I'm just telling you. I'm gonna tell him that. That's the only thing I can tell him. I can tell him with my experience, what he did for me and how he brought me out of the situation that I was in. Only God did that. I can't tell you nobody else. Only God. Just hang in there, brother. Be encouraged, and pray. If you can pray, pray.
I said that was the last question, but when you said something, it took me back to comment that you said early about especially living in Scott projects.
Yeah.
Bro, I know you had to face some challenges there.
Well, I was too young in Scott project. I don't really remember when I was like 5 or 6, but when we moved to the other area, all the drugs and stuff, I know about that. It was rough, brother. Getting searched down by the police and knowing I'm not a drug dealer coming home from school, getting my backpack getting searched. It's a lot of stuff I've been through. I've been bullied a lot, going back and forth, forced to try to fight. No, I want to go home. All I want to do is go home from school. I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to, I don't know what you're trying to do here, but I want to go home. I had another plan. You know what I'm saying? And that plan wasn't to be no drug dealer or be a fighter. You know what I'm saying? In the streets.
So no matter what peer pressure you encountered, you just had one thing in your mind.
I had one thing on my mind.
You didn't want to be a part of none of it, and you wanted to go home.
That's all. That's it.
You're a different breed, Mr. Harding.
Yeah.
Different breed.
Oh, yeah.
But we thank God and for mom and her prayers and her inspiration, man. Man, you got any final thoughts you want to share, man? Thank you for just being our guest, man. Just a little short. That's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Everybody be encouraged, man. Just put your faith in God, man, because that's the only person that can give you hope when you're going through situations in your life, man. I challenge you, man, to just put your trust in God. That's all I can tell you, man.
That makes 2 of us, man. Hey, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Will you be back? If I ask you to come back, will you come back?
I'm coming back, definitely. I enjoyed it, man. It's good to see you, man. I ain't seen you in so long, brother. I think I was about 17.
Yeah.
Been that long, and I'm 52. So.
Yeah, but
that's alone.
You did a post on Facebook, man, and when I read it, that's what made me reach out to you, man, because I'm like, brother got a message, man. This brother has a story, man. But now we know pretty much part of what that was like, and you know what? That in itself, I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna get off of here.
Okay.
Even though I guess I want to say it this way, even though you was faced with a lot of circumstances and challenges growing up, you chose, though, it was a matter of your choice and your decision not to allow those circumstances and choice to dictate your life, to dictate your life. So in essence, what you've done tonight, Mr. Harding, is that you took away the excuse of people or young men saying, well, it's the environment that I grew up in. That's why I'm like this. And that you just proved that that's not so. That's a matter of choice. That's what you choose to have done, right?
That's right.
That's awesome.
That's right.
That's awesome. Hey, everybody, we thank you so much for all my guests. I see my brother, Mr. Gibbons. Thank God for you. My wife was on here. All of you, thank you so much.
Amen.
Ms. Lewis, thank you so much for joining us through YouTube and our YouTube channel. Please support us here. And also just a reminder, hey, look, we got this new book out, Learning the Man Within. It's awesome. It's just a story about my life. And of course, you see that little man back there in the back there. He might be a little bit a powerful man. That was my father.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
You read the book, you see the contrast, him and, you know, me when I was young and where I'm at today. But I pray that this book is definitely helpful to you. And if you're interested in the book, you can go to our website, fathersnote.com, and you can purchase the book there. Also, you can see a lot of our past episodes there. If you're interested and you want to just indulge in those, we certainly would appreciate it. Also, I want to say that if you got any topics that you would like for us to discuss here on A Father's Note, any questions that you desire for us to answer, hey, just let us know. Put it in the comments. Go to the website. Let us know, and we'll definitely, let me see, if it's wholesome and it's worth talking about, we'll have that conversation. That's no problem. Hey, Mr. Kori, thank you again, man, for being our guest tonight on The Father's Note. And without any other, man, I done got off my groove here. I was supposed to have been playing. Yeah. Anyway, hey, y'all, without any further ado, we out. Hey, love y'all. See you next week. Okay? Peace.